Hey team, so first thing, if you could subscribe to the channel and like the video, that would be a huge help to us. We're going to go into where do I currently get my clients. So I went through my clientele of my CRM, looked at how and where I get them from, because when I fill out a client application, it asks where I get them from. And 80% of my clients I had this done for, and the other 20% I didn't. So now I know that this data is huge for me. I haven't actually wrote this out before, so that's something I'm going to have to work on in the future because the data is very helpful. So where do I currently get my clients? I currently get them from 4 areas. Front Porch Forum, which is a statewide forum. It's set up in quadrants of the state. So I think it's 60% of the adult population is on the forum. And there are these specific quadrants, and you release ads or posts into your quadrant, but you can also do paid ads in other quadrants. So when I first started, I just did ads in my area, and now I'm doing paid ads in other quadrants around me to expand my reach. This is where I got my first 10 clients, which is in the video that I just did, and how I got them. And then everyone after, basically. I get a lot of referrals for the clients I get here. This is where I pull the first people, and then I usually get referrals from those people. Door knocking and flyers. A big portion of this is just flyers because the company is so small, me and my brother pretty much work the entire time. We don't have a big team to do this for us. This would probably be a lot bigger, but door knocking, we don't do as much. We simply just don't have time for it. We're going to be doing a lot more this week. I'll go into that in another video. But our flyers have about a 3% hit rate, which is on the higher end for a flyer. And we usually put out about 50 of those a day during a work day. If one of us is pressure washing, because currently there's a pressure washer being ordered. But if one of us can't work, one of us will just go door knock. And if they don't open the door, you leave a flyer. So that makes up about 25%. And the reason we can tell this is because the flyers have QR codes on them. So when they scan it, it goes to our website. And then the website gets directed to my CRM. And then I can tell how they came to us. So that's how I get this. And then referrals. This is any client who has called me and has told me, hey, I heard about you from XYZ. So this could be bigger. Because sometimes I get people who are like, oh, I heard about you on Front Porch Forum. And they could have easily been heard about me through a friend who was on Front Porch Forum. But this is 10% just based off of if they told me they were coming from a friend. So I would expect this number to actually be a lot bigger. But this is still great. 10% is awesome. Of just getting phone calls of people coming in where I don't have to do anything is great just based on the quality of our work. The other 1%, this is obviously adds up to 100. I didn't want to make it like 99, but the other is Yelp. I hit this on Yelp and anything else I can't think of. Yelp is a scam. Absolutely hate it. It was some of the worst money I ever spent. Don't ever do it. My experience with it was that they promised 20 something leads, which is amazing because I have about a 90% closing ratio with leads. It's very high. I'm very good at the close. If you're interested in it, I'm going to close you. It's a non-negotiable. I know how to close people on that. But with Yelp, how they did it is that of these 20 people, 19 of them were telemarketers. And this is sadly the app that got me spammed with telemarketers. So I would get phone calls and I would be like, hey, how you doing? It's Vaughn from Burlington. And be like, hey, I made you a website. I'm like, crap. So Yelp has gotten me confirmed, I think, 3 clients. And none of them were when I was paying for ads. So yeah, hate Yelp. But we've gotten a couple clients through there. And just so you know, at the time of this video, and I'm sure I have more, because I bet I have clients where I do like a neighbor's house and I don't put them in my CRM, which I really should. Even though I think that I haven't. But looking at my job work, at the moment I have worked with 79 separate homes. So this is based on 79 people. And those are also including the first 10 jobs. Spoiler for the how I got my first 10 jobs. They were free. So those 79 also include those 10 free jobs. So now going towards other ways of getting people. Because the biggest problem with the company right now is we just don't have reach. People don't know who we are. We're still brand new. And to scale quickly and to keep growing that funnel to as big as possible, we need a lot more people to just even get in the funnel because we don't have that right now. So, first thing, I was thinking about this, my dad thought of this, is 7 days. It's a newspaper. A lot of our clientele is over the age of 50. So, and not to say anything, but that's mostly who's reading the 7 days. So, we could put an ad in there. They're not that expensive. Another thing is Google. Google has given me a headache the last 5 months I've been trying to get verified on there. I have paid people on Fiverr to do it for me. I have tried hours and hours to do it myself. If you're one of my closer friends, you know how much of a headache this has given me because I will rant on and on about how frustrating it is. So yeah, but I finally just finally chose to bite the bullet. I'm paying someone currently right now, and I think they're gonna get me verified in the next month. If they don't, I will be very mad. But yeah, so this is in progress already. Obviously, that should be the number one. Getting verified on Google will substantially help our reach. People don't go on Yelp. I mean, when's the last time you went on Yelp to look up something that you needed? When's the last time you went on a forum or something? And I know I'm talking to people that probably are my age that watch these videos right now, but my clientele does not go on Yelp. That's where I did my first month of ads, and it was terrible. A lot of them are on Front Porch Forum, but if they're not, that other 50% that isn't on Front Porch Forum, 100% of them have Google. Like, hands down, everyone has Google. So this is the number one that has to happen. The other one is Angie's List. I know very little about it, to be honest. More to come with that. But from my understanding, it is a great low budget way to get in, and it's basically where people can go to look for people on the smaller end to do these, to basically get leads. So I can get leads from it. The only thing I've heard about with Angie's List is that sometimes they give people in my business, like if we had 5 window cleaning people, they'll give each of us the same leads, and we have to fight over them. So that's just something I've heard. I don't know if it's true. I'll have to do more research on that. If it is, that sucks, but whatever. And then EDDMs. I heard about this from Some Guys Window Cleaning, which they're amazing. There are these 2 baseball kids who own a window cleaning company, and they are like workaholics, absolutely killers. So, they brought this up. I've never even heard of this. So, EDDMs, or everyday door mail, is basically these little postcards. They're really cheap from my understanding. It might be expensive in Vermont because Vermont's just expensive. But from how they framed it is you pay X amount, and they framed it as like under $50, and you can get into like 500 mailboxes of these little postcards of your business. I'm going to be trying this. Similar to this is the mass texts and emails. I'm going to do that more for an experiment base just because I'm interested to see if anyone responds to those. For anyone who, everyone gets these mass texts. I just delete them. I block the number immediately. I don't think people actually respond to them, but just out of curiosity, I'm going to try this, and we'll probably go over, once I do all of these, how they actually change this and change where my numbers are at. Because right now, Front Porch Forum brings in everyone. But I need to start getting that funnel as big as possible. So I'm hoping in the next little bit, we're going to be doing these. We're going to be applying for these tonight. I don't know if this is also like U.S. Postals where you look for this. It's currently Saturday night, so I don't know if I can apply for it on the weekend. I'll have to check tonight. Mass text emails, we'll look at that. Angie's List, we're going to look at tonight. Google's on the way. 7 days, I'll probably look at. Just have to let a little article. Each of these things are very cheap. Besides this, well, Google is free. Getting verified is free. I have to pay a professional because I'm not even going to say I'm not tech savvy. At this point, this is giving me a headache beyond headaches. It's actually a nightmare. So hoping that can get filled out. And yeah, I'm interested to see in the future how this is going to change. But currently, this is where I get all of my clients. Outside of Vermont, you could think of Front Porch Forum very similar to Facebook groups. Because I haven't been posting in Facebook groups as much. That is another thing I can just say. I have not been very good on that. I'm very good at posting on the socials, but actually posting in the Facebook groups is something that I lack in, just because a lot of those people are in the forums. And I think that all of the places here, you can only post business stuff about once a week. So yeah, it's been good. I also haven't actually looked at these numbers, so this is really interesting for me to know that Front Porch Forum is a lot more than I thought it was, because a lot of the time these referrals come from people I got from Front Porch Forum. So I mean, that number is very high, and the flyers are also great. 25%. I don't know what proportion of this is door knocking and flyers. I'm gonna bet it's closer to 15% is the flyers. We put a lot of flyers out. We don't door knock as often as I would like, which is why I'm trying to hire door knockers if you're watching this. But yeah, it's been great. It's been very, very good, and the business has been very successful from all of this. So that is how I get my clients.